Okay. Okay. So, the second video was going to be about discussing My Hero Academia, particularly this season, season 4, and the most recent episode, episode 14, Bright Future. But I just saw something on YouTube, and I just want to discuss it for a sec. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't quite figured out how to do the whole reacting where you take the video, put it in the box, watch it, and stuff like that. And also, there's watching other YouTubers deal with copyright issues regarding that. So I'm just gonna discuss it. So whatever. So I just saw the trailer for a Netflix movie coming out called Pokemon Evolution Mewtwo Strikes Back. And I was watching it thinking, oh, okay, they're going to do another Pokemon movie. They're going to use CGI graphics. It's going to be on YouTube Returns. I misinterpreted that. But I watched the trailer, and what I got from the trailer is that it's essentially a reboot of the first Pokemon movie, except it's CGI. It's the same movie, except it's like CG. It's computer generated. It's not 2D. It's not drawn. Like Hollywood, what the? Well, I can't say Hollywood, but what? I like watching movies. So full disclosure, I love watching movies. I like the storytelling. I like the visuals. But I'm getting tired of these remakes and reboots. Now, if it's a sequel, like a continuation of the story after years, cool with that. The recent Bad Boys for Life movie, that's a sequel. Haven't seen it yet. I'll get to it eventually, but that's a sequel. Blade Runner, 2040? The most recent Blade Runner movie. That's a sequel to the original. It's a continuation of the story from the original Blade Runner series. Like that. Or even there are some reboots and sequels that do better just because you have better graphics. Well, not better graphics, but better technology now, better movie making, abilities that allow you to do things that probably couldn't be done back in the day. But sometimes, man, I just don't know, man. There's just I don't know what to say, man. It's frustrating to see that instead of using this technology to tell newer stories, they're just telling the same stories over and over again, and they're practically telling them verbatim. And I've seen some pretty good reboots. Actually, let me rephrase that. I've seen some reboots that would have been fine if they weren't pitched as, oh, well, this is a reboot of this. This is a reboot of this. Like, for example, the reboot to Fright Night. I actually enjoyed that movie, and I think that movie probably would have benefited if they didn't call it Fright Night. I think that the Point Break remake had some pretty dope stuff, and it would have benefited if they didn't call it Point Break. Because when you say that's a reboot of this movie or that television or whatever, what you're doing is you're putting your current movie up against the original, and the original might be a fan favorite, might be might have a cult following. So if it doesn't measure up to that, now going back to some really good reboots, the It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2, that was an awesome reboot and it worked because the original story was done on television. It was network television, so they were limited in terms of the amount of violence and things that they could do. And so bringing it to movies, it's like, oh, we can get into some of the violence. We can get into more of these different aspects, instead of like having to adhere to, the parameters of, because it's network television, it has to be within certain guidelines, whatever. But more on that one, and I'll probably do a video on that one later. But anyway, so again, going back to this whole Pokemon Mewtwo evolution. I mean, come on, dude. It's the first Pokemon movie, at least the first one that debuted in theaters here in America, redone using CG. I mean, I'm sure kids will like it, but I don't know. I once heard someone say that a lot of these reboots, they're not for my generation. They're for the younger generation to get the kids. I guess, but I just wish. And there's a lot of creativity out there. There are a lot of original ideas, a lot of original stories being told. But man, Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Next video, I'm going to be covering the newest episode of My Hero in season 4 of My Hero Academia. See you guys next video.